Right, hopefully the stream is active. Thought I'd do a VFR flight to Bolzano. We're just overhead now, so the Bolzano airport is somewhere underneath us. But as you can see, we've got a nice layer of kind of thin cloud just above the airport level. So we're going to do a cloud breaker approach. We're currently flying on the 015 radial. We're inbound on a heading of 196, 195 into the Bolzano VOR. We're holding 4,600 feet, which is correct for the 4 to 5 mile DME. I've got the approach plate here on Sky Demon. I'm just looking at that on my phone. So if we intercept at 4 DME, then we need 4607 from Bolzano, which corresponds to a fair bit more from the airport identifier. On my nav2 radio, I've currently got IBZ tuned. You can just about see that's been identified there. It's not active though, so that will go green when that's ready. So we're going to fly out a bit further to about 5 or 6 DME down here on Bolzano. Then I'm going to spin around, take a right turn. So take another radial outbound, probably 220 degrees. To set me up onto a nice intercept heading for the localizer. Just keeping an eye on the speed there, it's just dropping. We've got 93 knots, which is okay for the approach. It's going to be an IFR approach. I don't think we have a glide path, so I'm going to check what the glide path is actually. It's a localizer approach. Localizer DME instrument guided cloud braking procedure runway 01. Wind depending, so it looks like the wind is actually tailwind if we land on 01, so we want to spin around. You can see there we've got the cross tailwind componentry here. So that is not ideal. So what we're going to do is it is a just a step down approach. Okay, from this approach point to threshold with a ground speed of 100, we need to go 890 feet per minute. There's no gradient given in the approach plate. It's definitely not 2.5%, that's for the missed approach. Steep approach 5 degrees, warning PAPI angle 4.48, not aligned with final approach gradient. So it's about 5 degrees approach. 8.75%, so steep approach, so we'll probably do full flaps and idle, and that'll be fine. So I've overflown the VOR now. I'm just going to take another radial, so if I put this a bit to the right, so we intercept a new radial. I'm actually going to now so we need to be on the 194 radial, which is a heading of 014, when we head up to the Bolzano VOR. And if we're at 4 miles with 4607, so at 1.9 miles now, we're just kind of getting away from that. So yeah, we'll see what we do there. Actually, might be that we fly to Bolzano 0 DME. We need to be at 2479 at Bolzano. So we might just fly directly to the VOR and then assess the situation if we've gone below the clouds. Okay, we're just establishing on that radio now. So now what we're going to do is wait until 4 DME basically. It's free. That is way too quick. You can see we might still have a problem. The airport's somewhere over there. 3.5 DME. See what happens if we put Microsoft over on. Give it a second. And give me cloud. Might well be very good actually at Bolzano. Now there's them. Okay, so I'm going to go down to heading to intercept the 195 inbound course. It's going to use 60 degrees. Heading select. And I'm going to set the 195 on there. So 014. So back to flipping it back over to REX weather. So there's 5 GME and we're a bit high basically, so let's just reduce that. And we can see the runway there. Hopefully we won't see the runway once there's the weather. Thank you. Now we've actually got the weather back. There's nav mode. There's 4 DME. We are going 100 knots, so 890 feet per minute. So we're going to set lower. Flaps 1. Next check, 3 DME, we should be 4075. Not quite. 3.1, so we're a bit high. 3543 by the next one. Low altitude is going to be at 0 miles 2479. So call it 25. 2 DME, we're aiming for 3543. Still not quite there, need to be a bit steeper. We've got actually a ground speed of 106, which corresponds to 890. Yeah, about 900 and a bit feet per minute. 1.5 miles to go. 1 mile we're looking at 3011. So that looks reasonable. We might actually reach that one. Then we're going to stay on the radial. Actually, we can go for... Yeah, see, this is the problem that we thought we were going to have. So we're trying to do a cloud breaker circle to land approach. What is that? That is way too tall. Lol. It's not that tall in real life. Oh my god, am I going to go through it? Yeah, we missed it. That's the VOR station. But we're supposed to be at 2490 when we go over it, so actually that is too big for the altitude. So levelling off now. Looking for the airfield. Field in sight. So I'm going to continue with a circle to land approach. I'm going to stay at 25 the whole time. Yeah, flight like normal. So put taxi lights on. We don't need landing lights yet. Flaps 1 is checked. Avionics master set. Right, heat's on. Parking brake is released. That's important. Fuel pumps go on final. Bolzano traffic. Delta Quebec uniform. Right downwind runway 19. We're in a kind of long downwind, so there's the runway there. Let's head back to heading 010. Actually, I'm going to go a bit to the left actually. So I'm going to follow this around here. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Fields visible on the right hand side. Autopilot going off, light director off. Circuit level is 1.7, so we can descend down to that. Fuel wise, we can actually do the transfer bump just for a little bit. Probably shouldn't be doing that on short final. Just broke the clouds there. So aiming for 1.7 on 800. Trying to get some fuel pumped over from the right tank to the left tank so we're more balanced for landing. Field is over there on the right hand side. Going to vaguely follow the motorway now. Okay, fuel's more back to normal, fuel pump off. I mean left transfer, fuel pump's going on, landing lights on, final check completed. Well, approach checklist complete. Turning base, so we put in our accelerator flaps. There you go, there they are. Very weird checklists I'm making here. You got the runway in sight there, just going to try and keep it at 1700 for now. Just deliberately come in too high, so I have to side slip. Bolzano traffic, Delta Quebec uniform, turning final, runway 19er. Let's touchdown, brakes. Landing checklist, fuel pump off, landing light off. We'll check that landing rate in a second. So yeah, Bolzano can be quite interesting. You've got a kind of mixture of instrument and visual approaches. So we used instruments roughly to get us below the clouds using a kind of adapted version of the localizer DME. We instead of flying the localizer for runway 01, we flew a radial for Bolzano VOR. We said hello very closely to the incorrectly positioned tower, which is way too high, because we were at minimum safe at that point. If we were at that radial, according to the charts, we were above the safe altitude, so that tower is misrepresented in the sim. Very typical. There you go, let's vacate and try and stick to the centre line here. You go a bit to the left as always. Oh look, we've got a marshaller. Propeller area no longer clear because nincompoop is walking around in front of it. Go away. Okay, parking brake set. Pipe to heat off, flap stay there. All consumables off. Okay. Avionics off. Engine master off. Wait for the engine off.